off this cake first. Nearly there. I'm very graceful and very ladylike. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Priscilla, in case you guys do not know yet. It is my birthday week. Yay! Today we are filming in a different part of my room again. So this here is my whiteboard and this is where all the important information goes on. I've sort of like covered a little bit of it, but yeah, anyway. So for my birthday, I've asked a couple of my swapper friends to send over some birthday Q&A so I could answer in camera. Yay! Sadly, there aren't that many who sent over some birthday questions. I only have 3 postcards, but I suppose that's fine. So this rather beautiful hologram Hawaii postcard is from Erin Eilerman over in Hawaii. And then we have this rather cute anime from Ericka over in the Philippines, and then we have this one from Vaishu over in India. I'd have to say I think this is my first postcard from India. Let me just quickly show them to you. I have not seen any of the questions yet because of course they are all taped up. See? Take a look at that. And I swear to God I did not peek into any of the questions. So, my hair doesn't seem to be behaving today. Alright, so let us answer this one from Erin Eilerman first. Let's have a look. She sent over 3 questions. Okay. Happy birthday, Crystal. Peel off question number 1. What time were you born? What time was I born? I'm not sure. It's probably, I don't know now, probably in the morning? I don't really remember whether my parents ever told me of that time that I was born. All I can remember my dad saying is that obviously, well, my mom was pregnant with me and then they obviously had to leave the apartment and my dad was running down the street and trying to flag down a cab. I couldn't find one, and in the end I think somebody, random stranger in a car, just took them in and then just drove them over to the hospital. So that's the only thing that I know about my birth. Alright, so let's go to question number 2. Question number 2, best birthday gift. There are a lot of good birthday gifts. Off the top of my head, I can't really remember which one. Let me just think. Best birthday gift. What did I get last year? Well, lately, obviously, all the gifts that I have been receiving are from Graham and family. I don't really celebrate a lot with my friends anymore. Oh, there's this one time when I had my big 30th birthday. I hired out this rather lovely mansion over in Sofitel, and then I asked one of my friends, who happens to be my former boss and who also happens to be a DJ, whether he would like to come to my party and perhaps maybe DJ at the party as well. And then I had another friend who is, you kind of have to know my career background in order to be able to understand all of these weird requests. But I also have another friend. She's Romanian, one of the most wonderful person I've ever met in my life, and she has also agreed to come over and sort of entertain the guests as waitress. That's all I'm saying about that. So I suppose in a way, from friends, those were my best birthday gifts, with my friend offering to be a DJ and my other friend offering to be a waitress at my own party. I'm just still trying to think, what other gifts have I received? Yeah, I can't really remember now, but the best gifts have always been, because I love celebrating my birthdays. I always make a big deal out of it. And seriously, the best gift right now that anyone could ever give me is just to come to my parties. And in the future, I'm also planning to have a themed birthday party where I would ask people to bring me a book instead as a gift. I think that would be a great gift. I think, you know, everybody just bringing over books for me to read and all of that, that would make the best birthday gift ever. Anyway, so let's go to question number 3. Yeah. Question number 3, what is your birthday wish? For this year, my birthday wish, to be honest, I'm now in my mid-30s, and one of my birthday wishes had been to go away for this year's birthday and to celebrate with my friends. A lot of my friends are no longer in Macau. They've all gone back to their own countries, such as Australia. So I was planning to have a gathering someplace tropical, for example Thailand, but of course that never really happened, which sucks. My other birthday wish for this year, actually for every year, is that the weather in Macau right around this time has always been crap. It is always rainy, foggy, and it's just really horrible right around my birthday. So my birthday wish is for it not to be rainy or foggy on my actual day. That would make a change for once. Anyway, so those are Erin's questions. Now let's move over to Ericka's questions. I'm just answering them in order that I have received them. Alright, so I have no idea how many questions Ericka has sent, but looks like there are quite a few. So let's unveil the questions. Let's see. What is the best birthday gift you have ever given to someone? Damn, okay. My head doesn't seem to be in the right place right now. I can't think of anything. What's the best birthday gift? I can't really think of. Once again, I'm not gonna include my immediate family into this, but off the top of my head, I think the best birthday gift was when one of my best friends, who is an Australian, decided to celebrate his birthday over in Vietnam. And he has invited me to come over to celebrate his birthday. And at that time, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't come to your birthday because I've got all my other work commitments and whatnot, you know. And he was like, oh, that's fine, but you could tell that he was a little bit disappointed and hoping that I could make it there. Luckily, my schedule sort of cleared up like 2 days before they were to arrive in Vietnam. As soon as I found out that my schedule cleared up and I could have a few days off, I immediately booked my flight tickets then. It was like 2 days before the actual trip, and I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna book, and damn, there you go. So then I booked our flight tickets, and next thing you know, I'm in Vietnam celebrating with one of my best friends in the world. So I think that's one of the best birthday gifts I had ever given to anyone. Alright, so the next one is, oh, there is another birthday gift as well. Speaking of that, remember earlier on I was talking about my Romanian friend? She also did something similar. There was this one year, I think it was in 2015. Yes, the same year as my Australian friend's birthday, I believe. Either 2015 or 2016, she invited most of her friends to go over to Austria to celebrate her birthday. And again, it was one of those things like, I really don't know if I could come, you know. But then in the end, we finally managed to make it happen. So that is another birthday trip that I'd given to her, because all of her friends just traveled within Europe to come and meet her, and I was the one who traveled the furthest away from Asia. And she was like, oh, I really wish you could come, I really wish you could come. And yeah, so in the end, I managed to make it happen, and we did have a great time, and she was so happy. So there's that. Okay, so next question. How old would you be if you didn't know how old you actually are? Why? I would probably say I'd be in my mid-20s or late 20s, only because sometimes I feel like my mentality is fit for that stage. My body, of course, it's not. My body is perfect for my age, but yeah, so it's sort of mentality that I have is probably fit for that age. And of course, there's no denying that I do still wish to be in my mid to late 20s, because obviously you have a lot more energy during that stage. And you've just got a lot of dreams, a lot of hopes, you know, and you're still trying to make your mark in the world. So for me, if I didn't know my age, I don't really mean to say anything as well, but I think, as to what other people think is another story. I think I look younger than my age. So yes, late 20s would probably be it. Alright, so let's get to the next question. Alright, so it looks like she's got 4 or 5 questions then. Which Chris would I love this question. Alright, which Chris would you prefer as your birthday date? Chris Pine, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, or Chris Pratt? Why? That's an easy question for me. I go for Chris Hemsworth because he is the first Chris out of all these 4 that I first knew about, and I've always thought he was quite hot in Thor. And because I have a lot of Australian friends as well at that time, and I was also like going over to Australia. I know this doesn't really make any sense, but yeah, so I was going over to Australia, and I was thinking to myself, okay, so the chances of me actually really bumping into Chris Hemsworth is higher than the other Chris's, because, you know, Chris obviously is an Australian, you know, and then the others are Americans, you know, and I've not even been to America yet, so yeah, and he's just really, really hot. That's all I can say. And funny. I think it's funny. I don't like... Was it Chris Pratt who was in Guardians of the Galaxy? He's my least favorite. I don't know why. He just annoys me. I don't find him hot at all. Okay, so next question is... Describe your ideal birthday celebration. Okay. My ideal birthday celebration. Alright, as I have mentioned earlier, I love celebrating my birthdays. Ideally, or I typically try and start celebrating my birthday or starting to acknowledge it from the 1st of March. My birthday is on the 9th of March, and that typically goes on for about 15 days. So my ideal birthday would be, on the actual day itself, is to wake up and go for a nice, lovely buffet breakfast that serves free flow champagne. And that's just for me and, you know, my partner. And then after that, we'll sort of go home, have a snooze, relax, and, you know, whatever. And then, of course, you know, I'd have people like messaging me on Facebook or any other social media apps and just greeting me a happy birthday and whatnot. And then when I wake up, I'd have some more glasses of champagne because I love my champagne. And then we would go for pre-dinner drinks, and that would probably take place in a nice high-end bar and have a couple of glasses of champagne or, you know, some cocktails. And then after that, we go for a nice fine dining dinner. I love my steak as well. And then after that, we would go and party the night away with friends. So, well, I've got several scenarios for an ideal birthday celebrations, and I have to say the only reason why I've just mentioned that, what I've just mentioned, is because that is the most realistic. Other celebrations would include going away and being with my friends again, who are all over the world at the moment. So yeah, so whatever I've just mentioned, that is the most realistic that has a chance of happening. Alright, so let's go to the last question. Okay, which birthday gift do you cherish the most? So I'd have to say it would probably be my iPod. It's silver iPod. It's one of those large, older model ones. And I think it was given to me in year 2007 or 2008 by my mom. At that time, I went over to Hong Kong to watch one of my favorite artists, Jason Mraz, in concert. And I took a couple of videos and photos, and you know, I really love Jason Mraz as well. So when I got back home, I was like, you know, I want to keep watching this guy. I was really obsessed with all the videos that I've taken that night. And at that time, I knew that the iPod has video functions. You could actually play back your videos on it. So then I was telling my mom, you know, Mom, can you get me an iPod for my birthday? And she got me one. And I am so happy that 11 years later, I still have my iPod. And it's still working fine. Yeah, so that's probably my most cherished item. And of course, they have already discontinued selling the product, so that makes my iPod even more valuable, and it makes me feel even more special that I still have it. So that's my most cherished item. Well, thank you very much, Ericka, for all those questions. Very interesting questions, I'd have to say, and I especially love the one about the crust that I would date. Alright, so let's go to the final one. So this is from Vaishu over in India. Okay, so she taped it up like that. I think I'm gonna have to remove all of it at once. Hope your birthday will be great this year. My birthday this year actually isn't that great, and I'm actually quite disappointed. It's not been a very good birthday week, and it's not actually been a very good birthday day itself, so whatever. Okay, alright, so let's see what she got. So there we go. I'm gonna have to be careful with this one. My manicure. Alright, I'm gonna have to remove them first. I hope I'll be able to guess what the question was. Alright, we shall take it easy. Got it. So let's see about this question. What was your most happiest? Damn it, I can't even guess. Okay. Alright, so I'm guessing that says what was your most happiest moment in your life other than your birthday, wedding, and giving birth? Okay, so that's a rather tough question. What was your most happiest moment in your life other than your birthday, wedding, and giving birth? Whew. Other than giving birth, I suppose I could still mention my daughter's birthday, can I? Or, Okay, so I would probably say one of my most happiest moments was when my daughter graduated from primary school. That was 2 years ago. Well, my daughter is a very smart kid. She graduated top of her class, so she won all of these other awards and whatnot. So that obviously made me very, very happy. But not only that, I've also decided to give her a special treat, just a mother and daughter vacation. And so I decided to take her to Japan, and I booked business class for the both of us, and she didn't know it. It was all a surprise for her until she got on a plane, and then I told her, hey, go look for a seat. And then that's when she realized, it's like, oh, how come the seats are bigger? Are you sure we are in these seats? And I said, yeah. So that was one of my most happiest moments, for her to be able to graduate top of her class and to surprise her with a special graduation trip. And once again, it was just the both of us, so we had a great, fantastic, magical few days. And to see her actually maturing and taking responsibilities during the trip actually makes me quite happy. So there's that. And then another moment I'd have to say is probably it would have to do with my career. I also run a team building company, and to get that finally up and running actually is a highlight of my career. And every time I hear my clients saying how awesome of a time they've had booking us and how well the event has been run, just makes me more happy hearing all those good praises from them and hearing how fun they actually had during all those events. So those are my happiest moments. So, well, to be honest, when I received those postcards, I was thinking to myself, okay, these are probably gonna be some very simple questions, because I did a Christmas Q&A as well, and some of the questions that I got were actually quite common or quite simple, but these ones actually are quite difficult. I thought maybe my head's not in the maybe because my head is not clear at the moment, so that's why I'm struggling to actually think. But thank you very much for sending over those questions, Erin, Ericka, and Vaishu. I hope I'm pronouncing your names correctly. So that is it for me for today. Thank you very much for joining me in this lovely birthday Q&A session. Once again, it is my birthday week and my birthday month, and I hope everyone has a good day. I hope everyone has enjoyed watching this video. I shall see you guys again in the next vlog. Goodbye! Thank you very much for tuning in. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel. It would make me very happy, and that could also be your good deed for the day. I shall see you guys again in the next vlog. In the meantime, feel free to watch a couple of my other videos. Goodbye!